Now, strong and severe storms leaving a path of damage across parts of central Ohio tonight. We're getting reports of damage from a tornado in Shelby. That's just north of Mansfield. Jeff Reddick is there live for us tonight. And Jeff, what exactly are you seeing right now? The Blue Jackets making a serious playoff push. And tonight, Tampa Bay brought quite a fight to Nationwide Arena. The man, the myth, the legend himself, Clay Hall in studio. Bob, investigators have been looking into this business since September of last year after they got enough evidence of prostitution. They shut the place down this afternoon in a surprise raid at 3 o'clock. Check this out. The door has been boarded up. This business completely shut down. Police now say they've identified the driver who hit and killed a 62-year-old woman last Sunday. Tonight, the daughter of that victim telling us she wants to see that driver face to face. Jeff Reddick is live on the east side with this story tonight. And Jeff, this family still has a lot of questions tonight. A Columbus woman wanted in connection with a fatal car wreck back in 2018 has been arrested in the state of Florida. Heather Tapia was taken into custody on Saturday. We're learning new details about the driver involved in that horrible crash that killed a 7-year-old girl in East Columbus. We brought you this story last night as breaking news at 11. Tonight, investigators believe speed and alcohol could have been key factors in that crash. Okay, here's how it all went down. She responded to an ad for a property along South Ogden Avenue in Columbus. She ended up getting approved for that apartment, and she sent in the money for the first month's rent as well as the deposit. Now, she should have gotten a key in the mail, but it turns out it never came. Well, she told us that she never actually met with that renter, and what she discovered next was even worse.
Rodney, what'd you find?
Well, Stacia, this is quite an investigation. It appears this business has been a long-time problem. Undercover agents went into this spot at least 6 different times. Now, each time they were able to pay $100 for a massage and much more. The city attorney now working to ensure this business never reopens. All new tonight at 11, the Columbus community losing a local community leader, an activist who dedicated his life to helping others. Jeff Reddick is following this story for us tonight. And Jeff, this is certainly a tough loss for many folks in this community. Power is out at the Pike County Sheriff's Office after a problem with a backup generator. Right now, a team is working to fix that problem. If you have an emergency and call 911, your call will be forwarded to the Waverly Police Department and then relayed back to the Pike County Sheriff's Office, and then someone will help. We're on your side tonight with a major warning. Time is running out. The deadline to file your taxes is this coming Monday. Tonight, we've got a few last-minute tips to help you out. Alexis Moberger has the full story. Presidential candidate Bernie Sanders is making a stop right here in the state of Ohio. He's visiting Lordstown after General Motors decided to shut down its Chevy Cruze plant. Just days ago, we spoke with the victim's daughter, devastated by her mother's death. Tonight, we're learning much more about that driver involved. Democratic presidential candidate Tim Ryan kicking off his campaign in Youngstown today. The Ohio congressman first announced that he was running on Thursday. Dublin native Brady Quinn made his mark at Notre Dame and later in the NFL, but it's his work off the field and TV that's making an impact right now. And pretty soon he'll be working with an OSU coaching legend. Clay Hall has that one-on-one tonight. The state of Ohio is on the verge of passing one of the toughest abortion bans in the country this afternoon. The House is set to vote on the latest version of the heartbeat bill. Ben Garbick is live at the State House for us this afternoon. And Ben, a group of pro-choice supporters just wrapped up a rally. And of course, more than 60,000 fans packed the chute today for this huge game. And as you know, OSU fans are pretty serious about 2 things: football, no doubt, and tailgating. Joe Sam takes a look at all the fun. All new tonight at 11, a major warning for people in Wayne County. Deputies on the hunt tonight for an escaped prisoner. Tonight, Jeff Reddick has the very latest from the scene of that search. Bob, a number of people I spoke with this afternoon say they knew something simply wasn't right with this place. In fact, investigators have spent the past few months actually speaking with other business owners in this strip mall. And tonight, this place boarded up. Investigators have been looking into this business since September of last year. After gathering enough evidence of prostitution, deputies shut the business down in a surprise raid this afternoon. According to the city attorney's office, customers would pay $60 up front for an hour-long massage. They would then be taken to the back of the business and told for an additional $40 a worker would perform a sex act. Today's raid was all a part of a joint effort between the city attorney's office and the Franklin County Sheriff's Office to fight human trafficking. Representatives from the Asian American Community Services Organization were also on hand to assist workers who were in need of help. Customers of the strip mall shocked by it all.
That's crazy. I've never been in there, but it doesn't seem like the area that would happen. Really nice. I always come over here.
Kind of family friendly area.
Yeah. crazy to think about. You just never really think of that happening in like somewhere where you shop all the time and go around. Like that's such a bad thing to hear about.
At this hour, we're working to find out how many women were actually involved in all of this and possible charges for the owner of this spa. And this case is headed to court on April 15th. We could learn then if this business will be shut down for good. For now, reporting live in West Columbus, Rodney Dunigan, ABC 6 News. It's a dirty problem.
There's a lot of trash here. I mean, it's ridiculous.
State roads and highways littered with junk.
But this is a problem year-round and all over the state.
Drivers have pretty much seen it all.
Clothes, shoes, furniture. See like half a couch on the side of the freeway or like a box spring and mattress. People just throw anything out apparently.
I mean, people just throw out cups, trash, paper.
ODOT says it's a costly issue.
Somebody's got to go out and pick up this trash that people leave behind.
Consider this. Every year, the Ohio Department of Transportation spends about $4 million on trash pickup. We're talking more than 400,000 bags of trash. Over the last decade, ODOT shelling out roughly $40 million.
I didn't realize it was wasting $4 million a year.
That's money that could have been spent on needed improvement projects, like filling up those potholes we all complain about. Instead, workers are hauling away millions of bags of trash.
We're just picking up other people's trash because they were too lazy to put it in a trash can.
Trash is also picked up by inmate crews and volunteers with Adopt a Highway programs. But there's a cost associated with that as well, paying for supplies for volunteers and for the guards who watch the inmates.
It's not just unsightly, it can cause safety hazards.
Tonight, ODOT urging drivers to remember that the next time you consider tossing trash out onto the road. It's costing you whether you realize it or not. And something else very important to consider, littering on state roadways is also a pretty serious crime. Not only could you be ticketed, but you could be fined up to $500. Reporting live near downtown Columbus tonight, Rodney Dunigan, ABC 6 News. That we have heard from police before, make sure that you lock your car doors and of course keep those items out of plain sight. Now it sounds simple enough, but in this case, the woman I spoke with says she didn't do that, and she says it led to more problems than she could have ever imagined.
Because I don't want this ever to happen ever again. It's been a very scary experience, so.
Talk about a headache. Sarah Tasman dealing with a lot.
I did leave it unlocked on accident.
Telling us just weeks ago, crooks broke into her SUV outside of her Dublin home, rummaging through the vehicle, finding and ripping off an old ID. She didn't think much of it until she got some unexpected visitors.
Detectives actually showed up at my parents' house in Gahanna looking for me.
She says it turns out the ID was used to sell stolen goods at an area pawn shop.
I was like, for somebody who's never even I got a speeding ticket, that was it.
Late last month, Dublin police sent out a warning about an increase in thefts from vehicles. Along with it, some helpful tips, including hiding valuables, locking all doors, and calling police if you notice something suspicious in your neighborhood.
All of your personal information is very important.
A cybersecurity expert, Lowell Bowdle, tells us your license and other ID should always be in a secure place. If crooks get that info, you could be in big trouble.
It's very important to maintain some level of protections and not leave your purse or your wallet sitting in your car, certainly not leaving valuables in your glove box.
Tasman says she was able to clear up the issue, but admits it's certainly been a learning lesson and has a word of warning for others.
Definitely leave nothing valuable, lock the car, make sure it's triple checked, locked, before you go in the house, because I don't want anybody ever having to have this happen to them because it's scary.
Certainly is. Now, she also tells me this is a mistake that she will certainly not be making again, and she's hopeful her story will prevent someone else from becoming the next victim. Reporting live in studio tonight, Rodney Dunigan, 6 on your...